Nathaniel Marling. You exquisite bait maker, you. I don't think you realize what you've done. Please, allow me to wet your whistle. Oh yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Let's talk about the 4.2-inch Epic Darter. What's going on, all my fellow bait chuckers out there? My name is Michael. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 4.2-inch Epic Darter and why you should not be fishing it as a jerkbait, which is what it was designed to be, and you should be sticking it on the back of a chatterbait. First off, as always, I want to thank each and every one of you for clicking on the video, smashing that thumbs up, those of you leaving comments down below, and more importantly, those of you in the notification squad who have been joining us for our live streams every Sunday night at 7 for Soft Plastic Sunday. That's right, we are making baits live right here in the shop. If you're not stopping by the live streams, again, click that bell, make sure to turn on those notifications so you know every time we are going live here on the channel. All right, so some of you are probably wondering what the heck the Darter even is and why you should be as excited about it as I am. Well, the Darter is a Epic Bait Molds and Marling Baits collaboration. In fact, I'll put a link to the original video that Marling did when he talked about the design of this bait in the upper right-hand corner of the screen right now for you. So later on, you can go ahead and check it out. But the Darter was essentially designed to be like a jerk bait. He showed an example of the bait that he used as the influence, and he came up with his own version, something that was a little bit thicker, would allow you to get in and do some real intricate stuff, some, skin point techniques, some painting, and get real funky with that kind of jerk bait style of bait. Something that's just gonna like dart around through the water, kind of like a soft jerk bait. It kind of has a flat, flappy tail back there. Well, when I saw this, and I saw the big flappy tail, the first thing I thought was, I got to put that thing on the back of a jackhammer. I mean, come on, like, what, right? I mean, why wouldn't you put this on the back of a jackhammer? But it had a big giant hook slot in it. So I called up Jason and Amanda and I said, hey, do you happen to have a hook slot delete package for the Epic Darter? And sure enough, they do. And lo and behold, this is a magic combination. As you saw from the footage earlier, the action you get is an extreme slithering action. And up until a few months ago, I would have said that this is the best chatterbait trailer that exists on the market. Well, now that we have the Chatterbait, which gives us a paddle tail action, this is one of the best chatterbait trailers out there. This is going to give you more of a slithering action, whereas the Chatterbait is going to give you more of a paddle tail action. And we'll have footage of both of these baits in full slow motion later on in the video. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, everything's bookmarked down below, so feel free to skip ahead if that's your jam. So today I figured we would go ahead and shoot these in a color that I've been dying to share with all of you. It's something I called Chuba Luba Dub Dub. Wubba Lubba Dub Dub! Yes, I know, it's heavily inspired by Rick Sanchez, but what can I say? I love Rick and Morty. The color today is going to feature the Creek Chub by MF Manufacturing, which I know is currently sold out on the website. However, I do know that there is a batch incoming, so keep your eyes peeled to the MF website. Link is down below. The Creek Chub will be in stock pretty soon. The Creek Chub is an amazing color, and if you told Mixmaster Jay we were adding some glitter and things like that into it, he would get really upset because this is really kind of designed to be used as a color on its own. It doesn't even really need glitter. It's like a single color changeable, if that makes any sense at all. Anyways, we're going to be utilizing the Creek Chub along with some hologram glitters and some black glitter to make an amazing realistic colored bait that just blends with everything, and it goes amazing on the back of a green pumpkin shad jackhammer, which is my favorite color to throw. All right, so let's go ahead and run all the colors across the screen that you're gonna need to make this bait along with us at home. First up, we're gonna need the MF Creek Chub. 25 drops is the beautiful sweet spot for me, but anything in that range between 20 to 30 drops is gonna put you right there where we need to be for the Chuba Luba Dub Dub. Next up, we're gonna add some sparkle to it with some .040 gold hologram flake. This is gonna give it just that little bit amount of flash, and we're gonna be adding 1/16 teaspoon. We're also going to be adding 1/16 teaspoon of black flake. This is going to give it a little bit of texture. Now notice everything we're doing is 1/16 technique here because we don't want to add a lot of flake in and overpower the color of the creek chub. And last but not least, to give it just that that kiss, Lureworks Sparkle Violet Flake, again in the 0.015, the tiny sparkle flake to give it just that little bit of extra pop. And if you really want to take it a step further, you could stop right there, but to give it that extra little bit of sizzle, you could put just a dash of the Lureworks Violet Highlight in there. I mean, you can really use any highlight violet that you want, and that's going to kind of take that silver sheen and push it over the edge into a violet sheen. And that's really going to help you set it apart from other baits. All right, here we are, fresh cup of Plastisol. And we are ready to start mixing up our colors. Well, one color actually, that is. All right, so we are starting off. First up is going to be 25 drops of the MF Creek Chub. Now when you're mixing the Creek Chub, you can really kind of hop back and forth between 20 and 30 drops. I think 20 to 25 is that prime zone, but you can easily do another 5 drops, go full 30 and get a little bit darker. But I think 25 is that prime zone. Now look at that. Look at everything in there. That has got a ton of powder and stuff going on already. And I'm telling you, 25 drops gives you a beautiful translucent effect. Okay, to give it a little bit of flash, we're going to add in 1/16 of a teaspoon of our gold hologram flake. To give it a little bit of texture, we're going to be adding 1/16 teaspoon of our black flake. And then to give it a little pop, we're going to give it 1/16 teaspoon of our sparkle violet flake. Okay, we want to get that mixed in there real good. There we go, look at that there. Beautiful. Now you can stop there. If you want to stop there, I mean, that is officially the Chuba Luba Dub Dub. But if you want to get crazy with it now, okay, there's already a lot in there already, but you can take just a pinch. And I mean just the slightest little pinch of violet highlight, and you can drop that in there as well. Okay, that's just if you want to get crazy. Okay, I'm not saying you got to add it. There's a lot going on in there already, but it does add that little bit of a violet sheen. Can you see that silver has turned to violet just by adding that little bit of pinch? Oh yeah, kind of giving us a little bit of a purple creek chub vibe. I dig it. All right, let's get this in the microwave and then let's get it in the vacuum chamber and we'll be ready to inject. That's the beauty of a single color. Not a whole lot of prep involved. Did y'all think I was going to forget you? Oh yeah, we're bringing back the color test block. Look at that beautiful violet sheen on there, that translucent amberish brown, olive oil looking color. Awesome. Awesome, awesome stuff. All right. We are all vacuumed out. We are right at temperature, 334, 325. I like that. That is shootable. We are ready to go. Oh, such a gorgeous color. And remember, glove up. All right, here we go. Epic darters, chatterbait trailers in the Chuba Luba Dub Dub. Now on each of these, I'm going to hold pressure for just a little bit before I move on to the next one. The reason being, because they are thin, they're going to cool off very quickly, and we want to avoid any denting that occurs. So we're going to add a little bit of pressure just to make sure that we keep everything filled in and we don't have to worry about dents. And here's what it looks like on the end of the injector. You can see that goldish amber brown in the thin parts, darker goldish brown with some hologram and violet sheen in the thick parts. Oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful natural color. All right, and here we go. The 4.2 inch Epic Darter. Let's see if we can get these all to come off on one side. Yes, and looks like we eliminated a lot of our denting. Take a look at that. Wow. Oh yeah, gorgeous. You can see the beautiful golden tail here in the back, that golden amber, and as it gets thicker it turns into that kind of grayish brown, and you can see that purple highlight there. Oh, such a good bait. I really do enjoy this color. It looks really good in the whip wad as well. Oh, it's a favorite of ours. Look at that. Beautiful. Extremely translucent, but yet extremely natural all at the same time. Just the right amount of flake and texture in there. And there's a great example. You can see that beautiful machine work by Jason at Epic Bait Molds. Fantastic stuff. Oh, I can't wait for y'all to see this rigged up and in slow motion in the water. There you go. I mean, you can see it's like a changeable without even being a changeable. Such a beautiful color. Chuba Luba Dub Dub. Awesome, absolutely slays, natural color. We're gonna pour more of these up and I will meet all of you on the boat. Alright, welcome back up to the boat, everyone. I figured before we head out on the water, I want to show you a couple different ways that we rig up the Epic Darter when we're using them as a chatterbait trailer. Now, first up is the jackhammer. Everyone knows and loves the jackhammer. As I've said before, it is pretty much the industry standard when it comes to chatterbaits. So here we have a 1/2 ounce Z-Man Evergreen jackhammer, and I also am going to bring the Chatterbait into play here just for a second, and I want to show these side by side so you can get a really good look at the profile here. Now you can see it is slightly shorter than the Chatterbait, and while the Chatterbait has those tails there for that tiny little bit of paddle tail action, the Epic Darter is a flat tail, so we're going to get a bunch of side-to-side flappy action instead of that paddle tail kick action. It's really going to depend on what the fish are biting. As I mentioned earlier, this was the greatest chatterbait trailer of all time as far as I was concerned, and now it is one of the greatest because we have two different excellent chatterbait trailers. And again, this is no knock against the Chatterbait. It's an amazing shad bait profile. But the Epic Darter has a flappy profile that really does something special in the water. That's a different action than the Chatterbait. When we overlay some of the underwater footage in slow motion, you'll be able to see the difference. In fact, I'll try and layer one over the other so you can see the difference between the two. But again, the Epic Darter is a great profile. Now it is very skinny, so it's not going to bulk up that skirt very much, at least on the horizontal plane. It definitely fills it out vertically, and on the vertical profile you have a beautiful shad profile. But straight on, you're definitely going to get more of a thinner profile as opposed to a bulked up smooth profile that some other trailers will give you. But regardless, having that flat profile really makes it move back and forth and vibrate very, very well. It kind of slithers through the water, if you will. So in fact, that's actually a great way to compare the two. The Chatterbait has more of a paddle tail action, and the darter bait has more of a slithering action in the water. Both amazing actions. Now another way to rig this up, and this is going to be more of a finesse version, but here is a Z-Man Willow Vibe. Now this is a 1/4 ounce Willow Vibe. This is one of the largest sizes that they make. So here's the Willow Vibe rigged up with the Epic Darter as a trailer. What's great about this is you get that slower slithering action in the water when you're fishing it at slow speeds. You can do that, get more of a straight swim. But really, the way that I like to fish this on the Willow Vibe is I actually like to reel it a little quicker and blow it out on purpose. And what happens is when you reel it quick like this, you're going to get this amazing left to right darting action, which is really what's intended by the bait itself, being designed as a soft jerk bait style bait. But now you add that little bit of vibration on the front, and this thing's darting left and right, back and forth, amazing hunting action while giving off a ton of micro vibrations from the little tiny willow blade. So rigging it up just kind of bare bones as is, as a straight shad trailer, the Willow Vibe is a great way to run the Epic Darter as a chatterbait trailer as well. As I mentioned, it's one of my favorite trailers. I have an entire bag full. I've been fishing this for a couple of months now that I've had this mold. And now that it's fall and the bass are chasing the bait fish around, it's the perfect time to be throwing that chatterbait and perfect time to be looking at the darter as a sleeper mold. It's very cost effective. It's not a very expensive mold in comparison to some of the other molds out there. And it is an amazing trailer if you love to throw chatterbaits. Well, enough of me chatting. Let's go catch some fish already. Fish on. Right in the roof of the mouth. Look at that. Little guy. Go ahead. Got him. Fish on. Better one. Oh yeah, look at that. Epic Darter, jackhammer chatterbait trailer, awesome stuff. There we go. Got one on the barefoot darter with the Willow Vibe. Yeah. Look at that. Getting finessey with the Epic Darter on the 1/4 ounce Willow Vibe. What I'm talking about. Another one. Another one on the barefoot. Big drag. On the barefoot Epic Darter. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for today. There you go. The Epic Darter, an amazing chatterbait trailer. I'm telling you, Nate, you did something fantastic here. And I know this isn't what you were going for, but I mean, come on, you saw the action. This is incredible as a chatterbait trailer. Well, until next time, y'all, you know who it is. Your friend on this end, Michael, out here around these Delta sloughs, reminding you to keep on chucking. I'll get back with you.